Bonjour, Véro, French girl in Seattle online, reporting from Paris, France. I'm a travel blogger, a teacher, and a tour guide. And through social media, I like to take you on my walks and share my vision of Paris and France through photos, stories, and videos like this one. Today I am standing on one of the two islands in the middle of the Seine River, the smaller one, l'île Saint-Louis. In front of us is the Saint-Louis Bridge that connects the two islands. And behind this building, you see a yellow crane, which is where Notre Dame is. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will get to see all the videos I shoot here in Paris and in France when I start traveling again. And there is one where I show you Notre Dame. Allez-y, mesdames, mesdemoiselles. Bonne journée. Merci. So this is the Île de la Cité we're looking at, the largest island. And now I thought it would be fun on such a gorgeous day, first day in June, I thought it'd be fun to walk alongside the Seine River on the smaller island. Monday, it's lunchtime. Some people don't like to be on video, so you have to keep that in mind. Filming here can be tricky because of the cobblestones and the uneven pavement, the trees and their roots. And I am sitting at the very tip. I am standing, sorry, I will be sitting later at the very tip of the Île Saint-Louis. On the right here is the right bank with the Hotel de Ville, the Paris City Hall. You see that Tour Saint-Jacques, that tower in the distance. The Louvre would be farther down that way. And like I said, the Île de la Cité here. People are having lunch, picnics, nibbles. Restaurants have been closed now for almost 3 months, and they are scheduled to reopen tomorrow, though nobody really knows how that's going to play out. Cafes, for example, won't be allowed to have people indoors for now. Picnics have been all the rage, but because parks and gardens were closed, people had to be very creative. It actually struck me that even though Parisians were complaining because they were let out after 2 months but couldn't use the parks and gardens, it struck me that this used to be the case. You know, the city of Paris was not as understanding of people using grassy areas in parks. When I first lived in Paris in the mid-1980s, we couldn't use a lot of the grassy areas, so the picnics would have to be on benches, on the chairs in the Luxembourg Garden or the Tuileries Gardens. It was a lot similar. It was very similar to what it's been over the last 2 or 3 weeks. But people have forgotten. Of course, this time it was even worse because we couldn't get inside the parks. Nothing like a stroll along the Seine River on a pretty day, without crowds. They will get here later this afternoon, after work hours. Now, you may not see a lot of people wearing masks. Face masks are not mandatory in the street. They are mandatory in public transportation. A lot of stores and boutiques want you to wear a mask, but a lot of people don't wear them. I shouldn't say a lot because I don't know, but many people don't wear them on the streets if they are by themselves or in areas that are not very crowded, like this one. So you'll see some people wearing them, like the couple walking towards me, but you also see people without them. I'm still walking alongside the Île Saint-Louis, the smallest of the two islands in downtown Paris, in the middle of the Seine River. The right bank is across from me, where these big barges are. This is a pretty lively scene at night. Typically it would be open, the terraces sprawling out and people having a drink, and even dancing, playing music. I have filmed some videos I shared on my YouTube channel last summer where you can see that happening. More picnics, improvised picnics. I would say most people are pretty good about social distancing, at least during the day. A very Parisian scene. Look how clear the water is in the Seine River. I still wouldn't take a swim. Bonjour. I love how French people say bonjour. When you say a big enthusiastic bonjour and they kind of breathe it out, they say bonjour. That'll happen when you go in a place like a doctor's office and you enter the waiting room and you have to greet people, so you say bonjour and then they'll go bonjour. It's like a whisper. Look at this. That little house on along the Berge de Seine, the quays over there, is a really fun place. They serve drinks. It's a bar. And last summer, I remember it was packed on the weekends, in the evenings. So many people there. Bonjour. It's a pretty mellow scene, isn't it? We haven't seen crowds, big crowds, maybe with the exception of the apéro time, apéritif, this sacred time of day for Parisians and the French before dinner. We haven't seen big crowds for a while. I'll be honest with you, as a tour guide who's worked the crowds through the whole touring season last year, it's actually very nice. guess this side is not as protected. I might want to just step back up here and take you back inside the island where it's going to be quieter, less wind. I'll keep running for a little while, and if you are so inclined, stand by me and I will show you Paris. The Paris I know and enjoy as a local. The Paris I introduce visitors to as a tour guide or a teacher. How about we turn right here? The people who live on l'île Saint-Louis, the happy fews, are known as les Louisiens. Not everybody owns a former hôtel particulier, private mansion here. A lot of people pay through the nose to live in pretty tight spaces, confined spaces on the top of some of these buildings, like those little windows you see, the former maid's quarters, chambre de bonne. But if you live here, even in a confined space, you are right in the heart of historical Paris. You can hop to the left bank, you can hop to the right bank, you can stay on the islands. And then you know you are in Paris. The main street through this small island is known as Rue Saint-Louis-en-l'Île. This is where all the shops and businesses are. The famous church that is now, like Notre Dame, wrapped up in scaffolding. And many shops will be closed because today is Monday. And even if you are in Paris, life slows down on Monday if the shops were open on Saturday. A very different scene on the weekends, especially on Saturday afternoons. Lots of people on this street, shopping, strolling. Look at all these bikes. Bikes have been so popular in Paris in the last few years. The city of Paris has really pushed for people to use bikes, to leave their cars behind, and to use the many bike lanes in the city. Oh, I have one of those. Vélo. These you see more outside Paris, in the Île-de-France, in the region around Paris. They are long-term rentals, 6 to 9 months, and they're very affordable. And you keep it and find out if an electric bike is for you. And if it is, you return it at the end of the contract, and then they will help you financially to buy a new electric bike, up to 500 euros, I believe. I just got mine this weekend, so if you've seen the videos I've shared, you know I'm quite fond of my little blue bike. So here I am standing in front of an iconic place on the Île Saint-Louis, which is the famous ice cream maker Parisian. Whether it's overrated or not is entirely debatable, but it's been here since the 1950s, and they have more flavors than any other ice cream maker in Paris. Always long lines, and they are closed usually on Monday and Tuesday, as I see here on the window, which is why it's closed right now. It's Monday. Dang, I guess this means I won't be having ice cream before lunch, which I was looking forward to doing. C'est la vie. Let's see. I will go this way before this motorcycle starts. Almost made it. I am walking towards the left bank. You can access this island through several bridges. I'm about to hop on one of them. Love Paris like this. Beautiful day, no crowds, just love it. Why can't it be like this all the time? We are on le pont de la Tournelle, the name of the bridge. And what you see here, I think I'll stand over there for you. You'll have a nice view. Sorry about that, poor camera work there for a sec. And I'm about to get run over. But I wanted you to have a chance to see Notre Dame. That's why I hesitated for a second. Ah, made it. Okay, here we go. From the Pont de la Tournelle, Notre Dame. Work has started again. They just opened Le Parvis, the courtyard in front of it. About half of it is now open as of this weekend. And on the right is the island where we just took a stroll, l'île Saint-Louis. I hope you have enjoyed this walk. Please check the video notes for more information on how to find me on social media, how to support more of these videos and walks as well. All the information is in the video notes. For now, I want to say merci beaucoup. Thank you for taking this walk with me. Come back soon. À bientôt.